If you play d4 as white in the first move, you've probably faced the England gambit. It is one of the trickiest gambits that many players use in a risky attempt to win quickly, and it often works wonders for blitz and bullet games, but if you know the proper way to respond, you get a completely winning position, because as long as your opponent does not trap you or win an early piece, he's almost never going to win. Now me saying that doesn't mean you start blundering all your pieces, but have a look. After d4, if he plays e5, natural moves are d takes e5, knight c6 attacking, knight f3 defending, queen e7, bishop f4 defending, and now queen to b4 attacking this bishop and this pawn together with check. Now the only logical way to save both the check and the bishop is bishop to d2. Now black may take the pawn with queen takes b2, and now the correct move is to play knight to c3. But what if you play bishop to c3? There, the problem is that black may play bishop to b4, pinning this bishop to the king, and now the queen is relieved of attack, and now it is attacking to take the rook, and this bishop is threatening to take this bishop if undefended. Now you may think that the solution to this problem is to play queen to d2, which saves this bishop, attacks this queen once again, and saves the rook. But after bishop takes c3 and queen takes c3, although you may not get the rook, but there's queen c1 checkmate. Brings us to the correct move, knight to c3, and now black may play bishop to b4, and you play rook to b1, pushing the queen to a3 by force, and now knight to d5 attacks both this bishop and this pawn, which threatens a fork on this king and the rook. So now you see how active and attacking your position is getting to become. So the way to save both the threats is to exchange one of the threats and solve the problem while keeping time for the other. So now black should play king to d8. Note that he cannot play queen to a5, because again, after exchanging of the queens, you may again fork the king and the rook. So after king g8, you can directly get into his position and attack like a wolf in a flock of sheep. And queen g5 check, knight ge7, knight takes e7, knight takes e7, queen takes g7. And now after rook to e8, queen takes f7, just look at your position. Your queen is even saving the a2 pawn from a distance. And now your pieces are also active. This rook has got open files. And look at your opponent's pieces. They are all so cramped. They're so cramped up together. Personally, I'd like to continue by maybe fianchettoing this side. My king would castle this side, and then I would go for the attack on this king. So you can see how good a position this approach is giving you. And now you need not fear falling prey to the England gambit. I hope you will find this video useful. Let me know in the comments what you think of this gambit, and best of luck.